You've worked hard for what you have. Your money, your assets, your 401k, and home. Isn't it all worth protecting? Nearly 1 in 4 consumers have been a victim of identity theft. LifeLock Ultimate Plus helps protect your finances with up to $3 million in reimbursement. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you might miss. And if your identity is stolen, your dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. Let LifeLock help protect what you've worked so hard for. Save 25% off your first year on LifeLock Ultimate Plus at LifeLock.com/aware. Terms apply.
Don't you love an extra $100 in your pocket? Have a TurboTax expert file your taxes for you by March 31st to get $100 back instantly. Because no matter what moves you made last year, TurboTax makes them count. That means getting $100 back and 100% accurate taxes only from Intuit TurboTax. Must file by 3/31. Credit only applicable to federal filing fees with TurboTax full service. Offer can be modified or terminated at any time.
And now, Hangar 56 Media presents Spike's Car Radio, a downloadable cars and coffee, hosted by writer, comedian, and automotive enthusiast Spike Ferriston. Now, here's Spike.
Here we are, Spike's Car Radio, hanging out at Zuckerman's place. We're here on a Saturday night in beautiful Baldwin Hills, looking out into a beautiful, clear afternoon. It feels warm out here tonight. I thought it was going to be cold.
Perfect.
Johnny Lieberman's here. Zuckerman's here. Tonight we were eating fried chicken from where, Zuckerman?
Alta on Adams.
Alta on Adams. It was
so
awesome.
Good.
And Zuckerman just spilled banana pudding on the recording equipment, so thank you for that.
And on the Shiba Inu's head.
And on his dog's head.
Pudding head.
But at least it wasn't us, Johnny. At least it wasn't us.
It was almost us.
It was almost us.
I was close to that pudding.
And we're happy to be with you guys here on this Wednesday, and there's so much going on to catch you up on. First, notably, hilariously, ironically, if you were listening last week, you heard that Zuckerman had a small procedure, penis lengthening, and was
catheterized as a result against my will.
And we had a good laugh over that, didn't we?
It was a wonderful laugh. It was
and
one of the better laughs.
You guys know this, but a few hours later, I was in the hospital, completely out of the blue. My appendix blew, and it actually wasn't a few hours later. That night, I was laying in bed, and I think I texted you, right?
You did text me. It was a wonderful text.
Go ahead. What did I text you?
You texted me, I think I'm dying, and I said, I hope so.
But that's not how it worked, Zuckerman. I texted you at 10:30 and said, I think I'm dying. I was joking, but I did not feel good, and I was having a lot of pain in my lower right hand, thorax. And when I woke up to get ready to go to the hospital, I checked my text, and then I read, good. What is it? What did you write back?
I said, good.
Good. And then I laughed really hard, and then it hurt because I was laughing.
So you burst your appendix laughing.
Here's the deal, and this, I think guys in the audience will be able to relate to this. As a guy,
Wait, let me read.
Go ahead.
He wrote, my lower right abdomen aches. Hopefully I will die this evening. I said, I wrote back, I hope so too. And then the following morning at 6:40, I wrote, did you die? And you said, I'm kind of messed up. I worried it might be my appendix. And
right.
I then responded, I hope.
Yes. Yes. This is, and I showed that to my wife. I go, this is how I want to talk to you. I want to have fun while these things are going on. So I did the guy thing. I'm in bed that night. I knew something was wrong. I hadn't worked out. And I was like, this pain is sharp like someone's stabbing me. And I decided to take handfuls of Tylenol and ibuprofen and go, I'm just going to hope this goes away overnight. It's probably gas.
That's what I would have done.
I'm probably being,
Yeah.
But I know better. My grandfather's a doctor. My mom's a nurse. I know the difference between the bad pain and the kind of bothersome pain. And so I was in denial. At 2 a.m, I woke up in some pretty bad pain. Googled specifically appendicitis, did the test on myself and went, damn it, I have it. And then did some very quick math. If the appendix bursts, you risk sepsis. Number 3 killer in hospitals. That's a blood infection, right, Zuckerman? Your whole butt, right. And I'm like, well, I'm only about 15 hours in. And I really don't want to go to the emergency. Who wants to go to an emergency room at 2 a.m, even though I know I have to go?
I've been. It's not good.
Right. So I rolled the dice with sepsis.
Lots of guys in handcuffs on gurneys.
Yeah.
You're not in the first category.
But
of
here's what
patient.
I didn't want to bother my doctor. It was so stupid, all of my decisions. But I took a handful of Tylenol and I went back to bed. And just when I hope I wake up in the morning, I'm sure I'll be fine. Woke up in the morning, went to the doctor. He goes, "You need to go to the emergency room. Let me call you an Uber." I was in Beverly Hills. I said, "You know what? I'm going to drive myself." He goes, "Why are you doing that?" I go, "I'm up for the challenge. I like cars. I like driving. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to stop at my house. I'm going to pack a nice bag so I have a comfortable hospital stay." Dr. Enyati, my doctor, who laughed, he goes, "Let's do it. Let's see if you can make it."
And what's great when this reaction, you think you have appendicitis and you take a handful of Tylenol and Advil, which are anticoagulants. The last thing you really want to have before you're considering surgery.
Yes,
it's going to help you bleed out.
No ibuprofen, right? And I was taking handfuls of it.
Can I ask a question though? What was your wife doing when you were making these decisions?
She was asleep.
Okay, so you didn't wake her up.
She did not believe anything that I was saying, nor did Zuckerman, by the way.
She wanted him to die, too.
Right.
She was hoping he'd please die.
No, she's like, "I've got some Gas X for you. It's just gas. You're not going to have it." And I said, "Yeah." And I didn't have the energy to argue. I just put on my favorite kind of Mack Weldon pants, comfy hoodies and pants. And I packed and I put, kind of.
Shroud.
Kind of. And I put everything in a bag, and she goes, "Where are you going?" I go, "I'm going to the doctor, but after that, I guarantee you I'll be at St. John's in Santa Monica having surgery." "Oh, you're so funny." And then she called flipping out. But
wow. My wife would have had me, if I said my side hurts, I'd be in the emergency room before I finished the sentence.
No.
His wife's not Jewish.
She didn't even
not
look
that
up.
way.
I got it.
Yeah. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was
well.
a Jewish wife would be up more nervous than you, and then you'd be comforting her while you're dying. And then, but with the non-Jewish wife, she doesn't care. She wants you to die. So,
but you know what? I got to tell you, and I don't recommend. Do not do what I did. If you have something wrong with you, go to the emergency room. But taking the night to sleep, waking up on a Tuesday in a fresh morning, going to the doctor when he was fresh,
horrifying pain.
Yeah, it's not so bad. It actually calmed down the next day, and I almost went, maybe I'll eke out a Tuesday here and work today and get through it.
A spoon later.
But I was able to take a shower. I got my bag ready. I got the iPhone and the computer. I had my content ready and my AirPods.
A scheduled cesarean section.
Yeah. Because here's what they do, and I was exactly right. They throw you in the emergency room in a room for 6 hours while you wait for a CAT scan and everything else. And I'm comfy and I'm laying there hanging out. Everybody there was great. The doctors and nurses were hilarious. We had a really nice time. Then they have to admit you to the hospital, and that takes a long time. But I get this really nice room, and I'm chilling in there. My surgery wasn't until 9 o'clock that night because I believe the doctor's son had a game. There you go. "Have you eaten anything?" I said, "You know what? I didn't eat breakfast because I know I'm going to have surgery today." And they're like, "Oh, that's smart. Well, let's see if we can get it done today." The surgeon couldn't do it till 9 o'clock. And I said, isn't that to the nurse, isn't that an odd time for surgery since it's like Tuesday at like 11 a.m. now? She goes, yeah, I don't know what that is. He comes in, Dr. Lublin, great guy. He goes, you got kids? I go, "Yeah, I got 2 boys." He goes, "Yeah, my sons have a game tonight." I go, "Oh, what time's the game?" He goes, "It's going, 4, 5 o'clock." I'm like, "Yeah," which is why we're having surgery at 9. He goes, No, the operating theater's full. "Yeah, you want to show me those documents, sir?" But
by that point, they had given you a nice dose of morphine.
No, they offered me morphine all day, and I said, "You know what, I'm cool."
You called me at night.
But then about 4 o'clock, it started really hurting. And I said, "You know what, bring in that morphine. Let's go. I'm going to turn on some daytime television, and boy, that stuff is..."
And he called me up like this. I said, "He's all thick-throated." And I go, "How you feeling?" He goes, I don't think it did anything, man."
I felt like, yes, I heard my voice was a little weird, but I felt kind of okay. Had the surgery. It's a 30-minute surgery. It's laparoscopic, which means...
sucked it out of a tube.
Yeah, sucked out of a tube. It's so easy. He said if you want to go home, you can. I said, "When will that be?" He goes, I don't know. By the time they check you out, it'll be midnight, 12:30. I said, "You know what? I'm going to spend the night, hang out, let the wife sleep and kids go." They were all worried at that point, freaking out.
Sorry.
Lieberman just dropped his flaming cigar onto the outdoor furniture.
At least it's outdoor.
Sparks
furniture.
again.
Yeah. Sorry.
But boy,
I'll buy you a new rug.
Don't worry.
I am a new man after that. The next day, Seinfeld was in town. We were supposed to go driving. Remember? I had to call him up. I'm like, hey, weird thing. Had surgery a minute ago. I don't think I'm going to make the drive on Wednesday. And then takes back, you know what? I think I can. I think I can.
You were still high.
Huh?
You were still full.
I did not know it at the time. But yeah, I was surfing an anesthesia and painkiller wave that I had no clue. And I was driving now. What was the movie Against All Odds?
Yep.
I did the Against All Odds drive an old 911 on the way to Malibu. And I was like, boy, I'm all over the road. Had no clue what was happening.
Lieberman, he says to me, unlike you, Zuckerman, I'm Superman. I have the champion gene. The surgery didn't put me down, not like you. And
I'm a better man.
Yeah, several hours later, my stitches are oozing blood. I don't feel so hot.
I smoked a cigar, Johnny. I hung out with Jerry,
Christ. Really?
and I smoked a cigar that night with Jerry, and we had the best night out at Bill's.
Yeah.
Bill cooked us dinner. And then Wednesday night, I totally collapsed.
Yeah, because the only text I got from you was like, hey, remember how they put something up Zuckerman's penis? Well, guess what? I'm going to have that done, too.
Yeah, that was funny. But they didn't do that. And we
Next
later
time,
found out that Zuckerman's doctor did not do it either. It was some nurse that wanted to get into his Johnson.
In extremis in your penis.
Yes. Let's talk about taking care of your body, since we're talking about our body right now. And that's Harry's. You probably can't smell it, boys, but I just got out of the shower, and I soaked myself in that delicious Harry's soap that they have. It's awesome. I didn't shave, but I love their stuff, too. You shouldn't have to choose between a great shave and a fair price. With Harry's, you won't have to. Let me tell you about their razors, and I'm obsessed with these things now, and I'm getting them, and I have now signed up. They have 5 blades on them, Zuckerman. Have you ever used the Harry's razor?
I stopped at 2 blades. I don't even do the 3 blades.
I can't figure. It feels like a Can-Am race car on your beard, like it's suction to your, and it's a more inexpensive razor. These things are $2 per refill. I am hooked on these guys, like I'm hooked on the Mack Weldon folks. I love them. They bought a German razor blade factory that has been making blades for over 100 years. Their craftsmanship grinds strong steel in a Gothic arc shape, creating a blade that is strong at the base and sharp at the tip like Zuckerman's penis. No gimmicks. Harry's design team combined a weighted ergonomic. There goes the sponsorship from Harry's. I'm sorry.
Out the door like Blue Chew.
Textured grip, flex hinge, just like Zuckerman's penis. It's a smart, simple razor designed for delivering a close shave along all contours of your face.
The nurse called Zuckerman's penis a sharp, simple razor.
Yeah, she did. Owning their own means of production and using only the most crucial features allows them to keep prices as low as $2 per refill, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Again, I'm telling you guys, these 5 blades are like a Can-Am race card on your face. Can-Am race car. Harry's has made their exclusive offer available to you, just the listeners of this show. New customers can get a special offer on a Harry's starter set of body wash at harrys.com/spike911. harrys.com/spike911. You get a 5-blade razor, which is the one I'm talking about, with the weighted Truman handle, foaming shaving gel, a travel blade cover, and a travel-size body wash. I used it all this evening. I love this stuff. Go to harrys.com/spike911. Thank you, Harry's. We love you here at Spike's Car Radio. Lieberman, what are you driving?
A Maybach.
You have a Maybach.
I have the Mercedes Maybach GLS 600. So
a Maybach SUV.
Yeah, so it's the giant SUV with 4 seats. Normally, the GLS is a 7-seater. This one has 4 seats. And the 2 in the back are amazing because they recline and they have a footrest and they have pillows and they have the most comfortable headrests on planet Earth. And it has a Maybach mode, which is like even softer than comfort mode. And I took my nephew. We had sushi because it has fold-out tray tables, like metal tables, like a jet. And then afterwards, it smelled like sushi. So I hit the perfume button. Car doesn't smell like sushi anymore. It's
they have a
unbelievable.
perfume button?
Yeah, it's got perfume.
Doesn't smell like perfume and sushi?
No, this perfume is so strong that
The perfume binds to the sushi molecules, the fart molecules, making a horrible odor forever.
No, it's
The
great.
sushi smell comes from
Yeah,
Lieberman.
you can change the perfume. This is odor number 8, but there's apparently 7 others at least.
Are you supposed to call it odor number 8 or odor?
I have no idea. It's German. I don't know.
Scent.
Odor.
I don't know
think
how I
it's odor.
feel about that.
I don't want it.
It smells like it to have a thing.
A bad car wash.
Well,
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, no, it actually worked out fine. It's good.
Let me ask you some questions.
Yes,
the
it does bounce.
No. That's not the question I have. The Maybach,
Yeah.
where I left off, was just a kind of one-off, like S-Class, but bigger limo type hotel car. But now, is it a line that Mercedes is making?
So Mercedes now has Mercedes-Benz, Mercedes-AMG, Mercedes EQ, the electric stuff, and Mercedes Maybach.
So Maybach is back to what it originally was its own line. Isn't that
Originally, it was its own car.
Yes.
Well,
It was
yeah.
one car.
But
what he's saying is now it's a line.
Yeah, so there was 2 cars. There was the 57 and the 63, and they had their own separate dealerships and all that. Now you would go to a Mercedes dealer to buy it, but right now there's a Maybach version of the S-Class, which is a stretched limo, and there's a Maybach version of the GLS, and they had a G. It was like the G650. They had like a Landaulet G-Wagon last generation that was a Maybach. But there'll be more Maybach products coming down the pike. But it's great.
Is this U.S. market car? Is this?
Yeah, no, this is U.S. market car.
Is it? But is it really for China or for?
No. This is for America. Great, 23-inch wheels, bounces like it's bling. It's good. 2-tone paint, burgundy and black. I have to show you guys the running boards are hysterical because it's like a truck. They pop out when you open the door, but they swell out fat in the rear. So like, it's a foot wide. The running board. It's insane. It's a cool car. I'm into it. And
what about the sedan? Is that out yet?
Yeah. It's like out-ish. It's the S-Class is just hitting dealerships.
Right.
And the Maybach launched like a month later, so it's probably like...
I want to drive this thing. How long? You've had it for a while, huh?
I got it on Monday. It goes back on Monday. But yeah, call Mercedes. They'll hook
But
you
weren't
up.
you like 2 weeks ago bopping that thing around and jumping that thing?
That was another one. That was my GLE, just a regular $90,000 GLE. This is $176,000, which is a lot. But as my friend said, like, yeah, this is about $80,000 nicer than your GLE.
Right, right.
And it's leather on everything, like the sunshades and the secondary sunshades are covered in leather.
Yeah.
It's got a champagne fridge.
I dig the private jet car thing. It's
cool.
fun when you have a family and you just want to be
You have the
comfortable.
executive seats, right? Like
Yeah, like the long
Range Rover
wheelbase
autograph.
Yeah, autobiography.
This,
right.
This competes with that. This is it's about the same horsepower. It's 550 horsepower. It scoots. I like it.
Does it have a family stop fighting button to just stop the arguing in the car?
No,
because I could
this
use that.
doesn't have the screens. You could get the screens as an option.
Really?
So, yeah.
Does it have like a?
But it has rear seat massage.
Is there any car that has a decent Wi-Fi yet, where kids can be on their iPads and everything feels so slow?
It's never great. It's getting better. I think Teslas are pretty good. But here, the downside though, because it has a champagne fridge, it'll take 2 bottles of champagne. It does come with metallic metal stemware, and they clip in. And I called Mercedes. I'm like, hey, where's my stemware? I got the fridge. Like, I want to drink. And they go, we only have one set, and it's in Chicago. And I'm like, what kind of fucking Maybach is this? And so they go, okay, we're going to order some. We'll have
you
some.
have to sign it out, and then it's shipped to you.
Yeah. No,
and then you can use it, and then you have to return it. No chips.
So, it's metal. It ain't going to chip. But
Who wants to have champagne and metal? I don't think that works. I don't think metal stem.
You're not drinking out of metal,
I've
are you?
done it before in the last gen Maybach, and it's fine. It's great. It's really nice.
It's really not a good idea to put booze in these cars, is it?
I think
I guess
it's a
this
great
is
idea.
something you're going to be driven
you'd be
in,
driven.
right?
Yeah, because it's got the right rear passenger. They can take full control over the seat in front of them.
Yeah.
So they can push it completely out of the way, and you really stretch out, and the footrest comes up.
Nice.
I love this
It's
concept that car companies realize that there's a sweet spot close to $200,000, and that's like the G-Wagons too. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
You got your Taycans, and there's a whole series of these attainable luxury things for people who are well
Attainable.
off, not necessarily the super wealthy. They'd rather have a car in the driveway.
Sure.
Very expensive car in the driveway, the money in the bank, and they want to spend. They're happy spending 175, 180, 190, not over 200 though.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like you can get this, which it has everything in the world, or an Aston Martin Vantage, which is 185,000.
Right.
The Cullinan.
So
piece
yeah,
of crap.
well, so yeah, it's okay. It competes with like the Cullinan or the Bentayga, but I'd take this over a Bentayga. I mean, this is much nicer. Cullinan is really nice, but the Cullinan base price is $300. Base,
Right.
And they get up to $450.
I
Like,
think to me, that's an ugly vehicle.
there's
But it's
one
got-
good angle, but there's a lot of terrible angle. I was kind of shocked when they released that.
So anything
like a
from
flat-
the rear is not good.
It's like a flat bill cap with wheels is what it looks like.
Because like I think the new Phantom is gorgeous. I love that design, like fantastic. But they're going to sell 15 times more Cullinans and Phantoms, and it's just like it's a miss.
This is
It's
the
just a
first
miss.
proper watch I've seen you with.
Oh, you like this one?
Oh, yes, I
Yeah,
do.
Crown and Caliber, baby.
What is it? It's
This
a Panerai?
is a Panerai. This is a 47
But see,
millimeter.
that looks good.
Yeah. Oh,
That looks really good on your
I'm
wrist.
probably going to screw up and buy it because I already asked how
Give
much.
back the other stuff and keep that.
This is good.
That's
yeah.
proper.
The right watch for tearing card decks in hand.
Yeah, this is
good with the hat. Here, let me get a picture of it.
All right.
Hey, with you, so, question in terms of yesterday's luxury
good.
today.
It's
let's
lovely.
Let's take an early Bentley Continental GT. 2006, 7, 8. What
Yeah,
could
yeah.
you get that for these days? 30, 40, 50 grand?
probably like 50, 60, 70. I mean, look, there are some that are going to be under 20 because they're going to be just ratted out with horrible wheels and they've had a miserable life in Glendale. But a decent one will be like, 60, 70, something like that.
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it? I mean, they're pretty good if you get like the W12. Like that's a pretty good engine. I would get like the refresh, which was like 2012 or so.
Yeah, but now
Probably
you're at
the same
100
money.
grand. Now you're
probably like only 10 grand more, and it's better technology. But those, you know what the sleeper is though, the CL 63 or 65, which was the 2-door Mercedes.
Right.
Like those are under 30 now, and those were 190 when they were new, and they're awesome. And you get a V12. Like those are pretty cool cars. So I have a friend of mine who's a lawyer who retired, and he's like, he had a Lotus. He's like, I'm gonna get like an M3. I'm like, David, like look at you, like get a CL65, and he constantly he's like, best car I've ever had. I love it. So,
It's time for one of our favorite segments, Real Insurance Stories from Zuckerman, sponsored by Policy Genius. Zuckerman, what do you have for us this week?
You know what? I had a client once.
We're already laughing, Zuckerman.
I had a client once.
it's like Don Richards just sitting there.
You know what? I had a client once.
She collided with a flying mattress.
What do you mean?
You hear it all the time. Mattress off a car. People cannot tie.
Guilty.
Yes.
I'll tell you the story. Yeah.
Yeah, but in this case, my client, Peggy, we'll call her. Peggy was driving down the road. The mattress flew off the vehicle the other way, and she claimed that the mattress wedged under the front of her car and that the back of the mattress in the back of her car went up and met and clapped 3 times at a 90-degree angle straight up in the air, which was impossible to believe. And again, this was young Zuckerman. It was about the time I had the guy with the mozzarella truck.
So she runs it over.
And she claimed...
What kind of... She had a small car?
She had a
or-
small car, and she claimed that her car went up in the air and would have flipped all the way over, but it clapped the mattress, and it went down, and it bounced back up, and it went down, and it bounced back up.
Yeah.
And I just remember, and I don't know, I can tell this because this was a deposition, so it's a public matter. She really was not the sharpest tool in the shed, and the defense attorney, kind of a slow-moving sloth, said to her, and did they X-ray your skull? Because she claims she heard a skull, and she goes, yes. And he said, and what did they find? And she said, nothing.
So she crashed because of the mattress.
And then I
Wait,
erupted.
I'm so confused. She crashed because of the mattress?
The mattress was coming in the other direction. It flew off.
And her car crashed.
Yeah, she hit it. Nothing happened, Ferriston. I'm telling you, she hit a...
Well, that's what I'm asking you to clarify. So you believe she hit a mattress and nothing happened?
Well, yes, but I didn't have any other work to to do.
Right,
So I took
see.
her case.
But what was she saying when she came to you did happen? That she hit the
She
mattress?
hit the mattress, and it was a terrible wreck. And then, since
I
I
see.
only had 3 other cases, Ferriston, I
I
figured
see.
this is the stupidest. This is not really a winner, but I got nothing else to do. Maybe I can scrounge a few dollars out of this mattress case. Mozzarella wasn't working out so well for me, so the mattress.
And during deposition,
She said that she claimed that she believed that she had fractured her skull, and so she said she went to the hospital, and they X-rayed her skull, and the defense attorney said, "What did they find?" And she said nothing, and then we all laughed.
That's not good.
And then she,
That's not good. I've been deposed. If your lawyer starts laughing,
the
not
defense
good.
attorney laughed. The court reporter laughed.
Oh, not good.
Everyone laughed. I laughed, and she just wondered. She did not understand why we were.
well, that's why if you're transporting mattresses, you need PolicyGenius.com. They make it easy to compare home and auto insurance in one place. They can help you find home and auto coverage similar to what you have now, but at a lower price. They've saved shoppers up to $1,055 per year over what they were paying for home and auto insurance. Go to PolicyGenius.com, answer a few quick questions, and you can get a quote right away. They're an aggregator site. They get you a bunch of quotes. You'll find a low one. We love Policy Genius. Go over to PolicyGenius.com to get started right now.
So
you lost a mattress? I know.
20
You're
years
champing
ago.
at the
Yeah,
bit to
yeah.
tell
Oh, I'm
this
chomping.
mattress story.
20
champing.
years ago, I'm
champing, not
Not
chomping.
chomping?
Not chomping. I hate to be
Champing, that's what
grammar.
a horse does.
They champ?
Champ at the
Champ
bit.
at the bit.
I hate horses right now. I just lost like
However,
$300
it's
on the
turning
ponies
into
today.
chomping because so many people.
Because so many people
yeah.
in knaves
It's
and
like
nitwits.
literally like
yeah.
you.
Okay,
Like
you're a
you.
writer. You should know that.
When do I ever take champing at the bit? 20 years ago, I'm helping my sister's coworker move her apartment because she was kind of cute. And I had a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and I had the mattress. I bungee tied it to the roof.
Oh, good idea.
And I'm going down the 101, and I hear this bap, which was the bungee cord snapping and smacking the side of my car. And I look in the rearview mirror, and I see the mattress and the box spring taking flight. Like slow-mo, I could see the whole
Oh,
thing.
yes.
And then it lands right in the middle of the 101. And there's like cars just smoke everywhere. And then I'm like, I should have kept going. I'm such a
You
moron.
didn't.
Well, I'm such a moron. I pull over and I'm like, I gotta like drag it off the freeway. So like, all of Los Angeles is calling me an asshole and has their middle finger up at me.
No, you should have kept going.
I know.
Tuned into KNX 1070 to hear about the mattress in the number 1 lane.
Ray Stajic.
Number 3 lane.
There's
though.
a
That was
mattress in the 3 lane at
That was the problem.
405.
I was in the third of 5 lanes, and the box spring was in one lane, the mattress was in the other. But it was
This
a
all could
fucking
have been
disaster.
very different. This could have been very different. We may have never known you.
Yeah,
a little
it was-
slowdown
it
on the
was-
highway.
it
There's a
was
Jewish
bad.
Santa Claus on the highway
Well,
chasing
I
a
felt so bad
mattress.
'cause, she worked with my sister.
He's just
They
going to
were
talk
like,
right
He's
over
still
me.
talking.
He's still talking.
No, but listen.
From this thing.
I had to go.
You better watch it.
Listen. I had to go. Like this poor girl, like
Jewish Santa Claus.
she's making like $7 an hour, and I was like, maybe I'll deliver
Still telling the
mattress
story.
and-
Where is she now? Let's get
I
her
have
on
no
Let's get
idea.
her on the phone.
But I had to go to her house. Like, you don't have a bed. Anyways, it was horrible.
Ferguson, I made a mistake today.
What's that?
I lent a car to somebody.
Which car?
My red 93 964.
Okay.
And you know, you get into a situation.
Yes.
Old friend of mine, his name is Sharif. He calls me up one day and he said he'd really like to drive a 911. And you know, when something's so far off in the future, when it's perspective, you agree to it like dinner in 6 months. Yeah,
But you're
sure.
also a very generous loaner of cars.
That is true.
More so than most people.
Yeah, no, you're great. I love it.
That is true. And so this morning, he hounded me once a month to follow up, and eventually he cornered me. I just couldn't get away with not doing this. And so he came to my garage this morning. I had the car, the red 964. It's got less than 20,000 miles. It smells brand new inside. And he walked into the garage with heavily perfumed. Heavily cologne,
Not
heavily
from a Maybach like this. He
no,
put it on
heavily.
himself.
No, I don't know where he gets his perfume. He's an Egyptian fellow. He was a well perfumed Egyptian man who came in this morning to borrow my car. What do you do in this situation?
I don't think I would have noticed, but this is hilarious.
What
happened?
But so this
what
is
happened? Yeah.
this is a unique situation. So smelly guy, perfume. You know, remember the smelly car episode of Seinfeld? Can't get the smell of the valet out. Valid, right? What did you do?
The first thing I said, "Are you wearing cologne?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, well, you're not getting in my fucking car. I said, you stink. He goes, I smell good. I said, no. I said, you don't smell good to me. You smell stinky to me, and I don't want that smell in my car.
Did he say why he was wearing cologne?
He did. He said, you know what? I never wear cologne, but I was feeling really jazzed up to get in the car. I said, exactly what I don't want to hear from you. And I said, you can either go in the bathroom and wash yourself off, or you can go home and come back later.
What did he do?
He went in the bathroom. He washed his chest. And then
did you film this?
I should have filmed this. He washed his chest. He was very. You know what? I'll give it to Sharif. He was extremely good natured. He's one of these guys who doesn't miss the joke, even if it's his own expense. And then he Purelled his chest.
He Purelled it. He absorbed all that alcohol through the skin.
Through his skin. Yes.
Oh dear.
Yes, and then he's been
transdermal Purell.
So does he still have the car?
I let him have the car.
Have you smelled it since?
Wow.
You know what?
Not yet.
Does he know how to park the car and not jam the wheels up? Why don't you just call him and say, I'm going to sell this car to you right now. And just ask for a number and get rid of the car.
Because it's ruined, right?
It's over. Yeah. This guy has so many plans tonight. It's a Saturday night. His wife is going to wear her perfume. You're done. The kids are going to get in there with their ice cream. Does he have a family?
Yeah, he does. 2 kids and a wife.
Oh, dude, this type of personality. He's got a whole menu of things he's planned for this car. If he showed up with just his cologne on. It's dinner tonight. It's kid rides. The kids are going to put their feet everywhere. Oh, boy.
I used to throw it away.
Yeah, sell it to him.
Yeah.
Tell him it's yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, sell
you
it to
bought a
him.
Porsche for the price of
You just
one
got,
bottle of cologne.
there's a new one. You just got a new one. So
We got a new one.
Yeah.
We got another Plan Z.
And you drove it today.
Fantastic.
What'd you get?
An
Wow.
83 SC.
We're going up in the 80s, from 82 to 83.
We have
It's
83.
another Seinfeld car. Jerry was generous enough to let go.
Release to
us.
And you know the story, of course, we talked about this, I think, which is that we were both offered the car, and he took priority about 3 years ago.
You and Jerry.
Yes, we both were offered the car. We both put our hands up and said yes. I think I was there slightly before him, but being a gracious friend.
I remember that. You said, go ahead and take it.
Go ahead and take it.
I don't
Bigger
care.
name line too.
And you know what? And there is something to be said about Jerry taking the car. 3 years later, the car has 400 miles more than it did
What's the
when
total
it was
mileage on the car?
8,100.
8,100.
8,100.
Oh, wow.
He put in a Porsche Classic radio, which is a nice thing. I'll admit
Jerry
it.
put another one of those in?
He put another one
Oh,
of them
that's
in.
great.
Yes, and everything.
So it's like the 82.
Yes, it's absolutely perfect. There's one. It's a funny thing. The seatbelt buzzer actually works on the car. It actually
like that.
will buzz horrendously,
like
but
that?
the light
Yes.
won't go out. The seatbelt light stays
Well,
on.
I have to do my little sort pass.
Yeah,
I'll go through it and make a little list.
that list will be small on this.
Do you
car.
think Steve Alarcon at Johnson Alignment needs to do a little steering pass?
I
and
have to tell you
suspension
something.
pass.
I have to tell you. I think Gianni Cabiglio spent time on this car, and Gianni dialed.
Who is Jerry's guy? Yeah, he's great.
What a great guy. He dialed this thing in. It's really good. Spike.
Wow.
What color?
Platinum.
Do you have it here?
Rare shade.
Oh, I want to look at
It's
it.
right in the garage.
That's fabulous. Platinum with a black interior.
It's so funny.
These cars are so undervalued right now. They're so great.
This car, I believe this car is actually better than a slightly later 3 to a Carrera. It's lighter, and then whatever the setup is on the low end of this car, the way that the engine profile or the fuel injection, it's so eager and fast off the line.
I've driven. My friend Dom has 85 that is like a little bit wider wheels, some kind of chip to a little more torque, low down, and some Ohlins or whatever. But it's fantastic. It's like it feels modern.
You know what's
Such a
interesting,
good car.
Zuckerman, is like in the 90s, at the end of Seinfeld and then the early 2000s, Jerry and Sam and we were always buying up these 70s 911s with no miles.
Right.
Going, there's not many of these left. I had that 70S with 6,000 original miles, the 73T that I bought with 12,000 original miles, and then we were offered that silver black
0 miles.
742 miles. Jerry and I talked about it for 2 days, and we said we don't need it.
No,
Huge mistake. Vashek Polak license plate frame.
It was just under $100,000.
It was 150,
Right.
but it was 752 original miles. everything original. It was chalk marks. It was just an original, and I saw it at a car show somewhere in Camarillo shortly after, and I called Jerry and I went, we made such a huge mistake. Anyway, it's so interesting now, though. Here we are buying 80s cars in the same condition. Cars that we wouldn't have really thought of maybe 10 years ago.
We would have turned our nose up at something like this.
But you get in that 82 Targa, and it just, you feel 1982, and I know what you felt today has to be 1983, and suddenly that's an experience. And now, as we're saying this, they're all going to start to get bought up. But these are real opportunities to get beautiful, pure 911s. They're still out there.
I have somehow ended up with such a large number of cars in the brown bronze family.
Yeah, you have.
This never was my intention, mind you.
Brown's good, man. Brown car, good car.
But here we are.
Platinum's great. I like that.
Yeah, that's a great car. The Volkswagen, though, he gave away. We were going to get that Volkswagen. What was it?
A square
fastback.
back.
Oh yeah. Those are cool.
He goes, "No, I gave it away." I was, "Oh, okay." We were kind of excited about that car, but
the whims,
sure.
the caprice of the king.
That's all right. That's totally fine.
I will take her on her wedding night. I will let you have her on. I've decided
you guys
I will
want this?
have her.
You guys want this too?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we do want that. Actually, we're pretty excited about it. I gave it away. Ha! Wee! Flights on his private jet. No, that's fine. Jerry's kind to us. He's always good.
Very.
He gives us great cars. We have lots of
I'm
them.
just laughing for no reason, people.
We're the little what sort of creature are we under the table?
The jester.
Sweeping the crumbs
you're
into
the
our garage.
jester.
We're like
we?
little gleaners
no,
in the
mice.
corner
We're
of the
rats.
field.
We're Porsche rats.
Scavengers low to the
for
ground.
the things that
vile
fall.
creatures.
Yes.
Crumbs.
Give us
crumbs from
the
master's
83. He was out. He and I drove, and he had that
yellow.
Yeah.
What a car.
Lightweight. Yellow what?
It was
Say what it was.
Was 964 lightweight.
964 lightweight.
Oh, yeah.
Turbo, yeah.
I think one of 85 or somewhere in the 80s. Kind of wild looking.
Rare car, yeah.
Yeah, but he was digging it. He had a great,
Very powerful.
great drive in it.
He just got it?
It was a Canopus for...
Yeah, it was a Canopus, right.
Okay.
For a very long time.
Yeah, I think I've seen that car. Yeah.
A couple of years back.
Yeah.
It's a 3.3 lightweight.
So, around like 2019 it would have been there?
Yeah, that's when he bought it, but it was what, a 90... I'm sorry, it's 92, right?
I don't know.
91, 90, something like that.
About right, yeah. That's a nice car.
Yep.
That's a nice car.
Very nice.
Let's talk about Mother's Day, which is coming up.
Oh, boy.
Fellas, they reached out to us because we know that a bunch of guys are listening. We know there's some of you girls out there, too, but we all have moms. And it's not easy for us to express such a profound relationship to our mother. When your connection with mom is stronger than words, tell her you love her with the love captured in Pandora jewelry. Now, I'm a mother. And as a mother, like you, we're givers of unconditional support, encouragement, and inspiration. I'm a dog mother. Gift yourself a lasting symbol of that love with Pandora jewelry. Let me tell you about them. Pandora has gifts for every mom with new designs in their collection of contemporary classics. Pandora offers more than just charms with a wide variety of rings, necklaces, earrings, and bracelets. Jewelry can be customized to fit all styles and personalities. Express a connection that's stronger than words with symbols of love and gratitude such as hearts, infinity symbols, angel wings, and family trees that remind us of how special our mothers are. Our mothers are special. I'm glad I have this ad because I forgot Mother's Day was coming up.
Well, I was going to say, my wife was like, "You're doing something for Mother's Day, right?"
Yes, you don't blow it.
May 9th, people, May 9th.
Yeah, you know when women file for divorce? The day after Mother's
My birthday,
Day.
May 10th.
Yeah, when they don't get something. So you need to go to Pandora Jewelry.
Really?
Yes.
Really? I can.
Did you not know that?
Whether we can catalyze something here? This is a
if
wonderful
you
catalyst,
want,
I should
if you
know.
want out,
Paul
don't.
is perked up.
If you want out, don't buy a Mother's Day gift. Shop safely online, in-store with Pandora's styling experts to find... how can you do it? I mean, safely in-store if you want with Pandora's styling experts to find the perfect gift for any mom. Buy online with in-store pickup and curbside pickup at select locations. Thank the mom in your life for always being there with a sparkling gift from Pandora Jewelry. I've been on the site. Great price point for a lot of really cool-looking stuff. Go to, and here's the tricky part, us.pandora.net/Spike911. Their website is us.pandora.net. Also add that /Spike911 so they know you're coming from the show. It keeps them sponsoring us, and it keeps us on the air. Go to Pandora Jewelry at us.pandora.net at /Spike911. That's the ads. Now we can just sit back and chat. It's
relax.
beautiful out here, Zuckerman. Look at this.
It is the best.
We've had some interesting days of extreme heat, and now it's cold again. Typical L.A., but what a place. You must love it up here, huh?
This is like a vacation home.
I'm so jealous. That was the only thing I've ever talked to Seinfeld about was how nice your house is.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Let's have that conversation right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you again, George Santa Claus? Well, he'll come in. He'll be here for a podcast, Johnny.
All right.
But with 4 people, it gets wild.
Ooh,
You
crazy.
got to watch out, and fans complain.
Will we be ashing on the Zuckerman's white couch together?
Yeah.
Jerry
Yes.
knows how to smoke a cigar. It's you two that don't. Jerry actually has manners. You guys, I don't know what to say. You know what, though? Fortunately, this couch, this carpet that you've ashed and burned, it's actually washable. You can hose it off.
I would hose this down as
I'm
soon
not
as I'm
upset
done.
with
Yeah.
you. I expected this.
Yeah, you can hose off the Lieberman. You sound like you're on painkillers tonight. Why are you so hoarse-throated?
I don't know. GERD.
Oh.
I got GERD after having fried chicken. I'm dying from esophageal cancer.
What better? No, what a better. This is great. Listen to the fireworks
It
going off
could
here.
also be your cigars, too.
Huh?
You guys poisoning me with your cigar
These
smoke.
are
No,
Good
before
cigars,
we even
though.
started and lit up. Why? Now tell me why there are fireworks.
Fireworks have not stopped since COVID began.
Well, so Mexican Mother's Day, I want to say, is May 5th. Is that right? That's Cinco de Mayo.
So that's Cinco de Mayo.
No, but there's
sir.
Mexican Mother's Day. It's a fireworks holiday, and so that starts up, and we're close to
this
it.
is in this area, in this part of LA.
Yeah.
It has not stopped since I'm telling you, in over a year. And at summertime, it was really going off. 4th of July, insane.
Well, we're
New
coming up
Year's
on that.
Eve, insane.
Let me tell you about my house, Zuckerman. So I had a little fun the day after my surgery in my house. I spent quite a week for Spike First, and lots of ups and downs, but I'm so happy when I'm on an adventure like this. I was up in my office working on a Zoom call, writing with a group of guys. And, I haven't had the windows to my house cleaned in quite some time, 2 years. Usually it's before every summer, but the pandemic kind of threw a wrench in it, and it rains, and you get dirt on there, and it's too much work to take all the screens off. And they have these services in L.A. where someone will come over and do it. I call the first guy, we're done, we're not doing it anymore. The pandemic knocked us out of business, which is sad, but 2 of the companies I used aren't doing it anymore. So now I'm, cold calling Yellow Pages style. Not in the Yellow Pages. And I called AAA. I should have known. Something AAA window cleaning, whatever, right?
Right.
The guys show up. The 2-man team in a pickup truck. Comes, walks up. Beautiful, now we're where? Thursday, maybe? Gets out of the car. He's got one eye. He's got shorts on.
Window washer.
He looks like I'm watching Breaking Bad now. As you know, I got through The Sopranos. Now I'm running through Breaking Bad
the
again.
the best.
And I'm looking at this guy, and I'm like, boy, he's like right out of an episode of Breaking Bad. But what I notice on his calf, which is exposed, and I go, that couldn't possibly be it. I go, but goddamn, that's a swastika. Right? Very, not a little one. Zuckerman, as big as the calf.
Wow.
And he goes, hey, hi, are you Mr. Ferguson? I go, yes, I am. And he goes, oh, hi, we're here to clear the windows. I go, can I ask you a question? He goes, yeah. And I go, is that a swastika on your leg? He goes, oh, yeah, that's a swastika. Why, does it offend you? And I go,
Wow.
yeah, kind of, it offends me. It offends a lot of people, but yeah, I'm offended. He goes, oh, yeah, well, I've made some mistakes in the past. Anyway, we can start outside. We can go inside. I go, come here for a second. Come here. I want to talk to you away from the other guy.
Here's some pants.
Who also has tattoos and is looking at me like he hasn't had a haircut in about 10 years and it's just, sunken eyes. Yeah, come, let's walk in the backyard. I'll show you the windows. And I go, we're away from it. What's up with the swastika leg? And he goes, well, as I said, I made some mistakes, and I was in prison for a while. And I go, okay, so is it the type of thing like you're white and you went to prison and you felt like you needed protection, so you joined the white supremacist group? And he goes, oh, no, not at all.
My lawyer was a Jew. My lawyer was a Jew.
I said, so not at all. Okay. So he goes, no, I didn't get this in prison. I go, all right. I go, well, where did you get it? And he goes, why? You want to know what happened? I go, yeah, before I let you in my house.
My kids who are also named Ferriston. Yeah.
My kids and my wife. And he goes, I go, was it drugs and alcohol? He goes, yeah. He goes, I got in trouble. I was selling drugs. I'm like, okay. And I go, and then he goes, went to jail. I did my time. And now I'm clean and sober. I go, how long? He goes, 6 years. And I go, all right, man, that's cool. That's fine. But little pro tip.
Pants.
Cover the swastika. He goes, you really think so? I go, dude,
this guy's cleaning windows in Brentwood.
I don't know where he came
Jews
from.
Than Israel. No, but I mean,
it's not about Jews. It's just about it's everybody.
It's kind of about Jews.
Clearly, in most stops, he's applauded for having this. This is not a problem. Most places he's going. So this one eye.
I go, do you want me to wear a mask? I go, you're vaccinated? He goes, no. I go, okay. Yeah. Like, now I know exactly what you are. Right. And it's cool. You're a good dude.
And put a mask around the swastika.
He goes, yeah, I'm fine. And I go, but trust me, I want you to do well.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to stop you from going in the house. And we'll figure this thing out. But you got to trust me on this. Cover the swastika. It's giant.
That's crazy.
You know what? Let me tell you something, Lieberman. I begged him. He called me to tell me. I said, well, that was really nice of you to let the guy stay there. I said,
you're a maniac, Spike.
I said, get a picture. He goes, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I said, you're going to walk right up to him and say, can I get a picture of your swastika? He'll say yes. He's proud of it. Clearly, it's not a big deal.
He was so thrown. I mean, imagine having a candid conversation about a horrible part of your life that I felt he was actually contrite for, but didn't maybe have the wherewithal to understand how far afield he had gone.
I mean,
and to go up and take a picture of him, he could have. He's done hard times, Zuckerman. He could have turned and ice picked me. He could have shivved me right there in the backyard.
Yeah, probably would have just been anal sex. But I remember worse than anal sex.
Years ago,
just that. That's a good thing. While the kids are in the grade school looking out the window, there's Dad getting raped in the backyard by a guy with a swastika. Look at him laughing. Nothing would make him happier.
Years ago, like in high school,
there's a reformed Nazi raping me. Help me! I was just in the hospital having my appendix removed, and now this.
Years ago, for like Thanksgiving or something, my friend's uncle comes over, and he takes off his hoodie or whatever he's wearing, and he's got a giant swastika T-shirt, and we're like, "Wow, Steve, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know. I got it at Goodwill. Like, is that bad?" We're like, "Yeah, that's fucking bad, man." He's like, oh, "What is it?"
Oh, these are all wonderful moments.
Nothing. You were so happy when you heard this guy was over there.
Yeah,
I can't believe you let him in the house, though. I would have been like, "Look, that's a bridge.
What is he going to do? What is he going to do?
He's going to have a swastika. You don't reward someone for showing up to your home.
He pulled his sock up. I know. I've seen the Karen videos, and they yell, and you put them on social media, and then the poor guys. Look, I've
made mistakes, but I don't have a swastika tattoo.
Look, I believe, as you do, Zucker, we believe in redemption for people, and they have a right, and I trusted him. I believed him. I kept a close eye on things.
You also have a right not to have a guy with a swastika in your house.
But no, I'm more troubled that he had one eye. If you're depending upon a guy to clean windows, that's the real problem. It's not the swastika is just a red herring. Then it's the one eye that's the issue.
Then it came time to write the check, and when I wrote the check, he had two eyes. So I don't. His eye was fully closed for an hour and a half.
Okay,
like this, and then when suddenly his eye was fine.
For money, his other eye woke up.
Oh, it was great. It was so classic. You know, they were almost done, and I just wanted to get him out of there. And I knew if I just gave him his check, he would run. I gave him the check. They ran to their car and just took off. Right, and did a pretty decent job. Not a good one. My wife was not happy about any of it. She was not happy about any of it.
No, she shouldn't be happy. You're crazy. I would have. I mean,
she goes, "Who are these people you're hiring?" I go, "They're people that are going to help me podcast in a few days."
Okay,
this is a good story.
I don't know if it's a good story.
This is a good story.
Lieberman,
Trust me, it's a good story.
You have to understand. Like, I am What makes me valuable as a writer is not talent. It is when things like this happen, I indulge them. And I take notes and I pay
recognize
attention.
the comedy.
I recognize the comedy in the moment, and I thought it's, again, worth
What
the
is
risk.
better
Like
about
sepsis.
Yes. Yes, this is wonderful. This is like an after-school special for me to hear
If
this
you
story.
if you went down the list of stories on Seinfeld that I wrote, which were really from my life, they're all like this. I don't turn away in the weirdness. I lean into the weirdness.
I just draw the line. A guy with a swastika in my house. I guess.
Well, I was
that's
going
where
to do
draw
that.
the line.
I was definitely going to do that. But, think back not too long ago when we would go to the Porsche Lit show and there'd be a table of Nazi memorabilia there that had to do with
Always loved it.
Oh,
right?
it's the best.
Always loved that table.
And do you remember what you thought of it? It's historical, and it's just like World War II history buff stuff related tangentially to Volkswagen. And you didn't really, you went, oh, this is interesting. I'm not going to buy it. But you weren't really offended like you are now. At least I'm not.
I was always offended by that stuff.
Uh-oh, Koji the dog has seen something. He's got something going on right now.
Anyways,
He's a hunter and a killer.
He's got a Shiba Inu here, and he sees
He's
something.
motivated to kill small animals and
Really?
other creatures, yes.
I should have sicked him on the window watch.
The banana pudding hasn't slowed him down.
I thought you would enjoy that,
wow,
Zuckerman.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good one. Look at what do you see, Koji? What do you see,
No.
Koji? What is it? Something's right out there, Zuckerman. So, Cars and Coffee news. We had a great Cars and Coffee with Audi there. Audi went a little nuts with the PR and threw up stanchions, as we spoke about. There's been a reaction from the city of Malibu. When I was at Bill's with Jerry, he brought out some of the fines that have been levied against him because Malibu's position, Zuckerman, that you can help us with this. Malibu's position was that because they announced it was the Malibu Cars and Coffee, that it was an event, and as it was an event, there was no permits, and because there were no permits, there is now a $350 fine that Hangar 56 is paying, which is fine. But they're now shutting the lot down tomorrow till 11. They're not letting anybody in.
I mean,
That is really funny.
We're not going to say who, but other manufacturers saw what Audi did and called us up and called Johnny up and said, we'd like to do that. Can you imagine having the attention of these major global car manufacturers wanting to help your stupid Malibu Country Mart?
right.
And they're saying no.
And you're pushing them away.
Right. No, it's crazy.
Like Prince Charles with Lady Di. You're pushing away. Get out. Well, I want attention, but I don't want attention. It's
crazy. And here's the thing: Audi didn't pay anybody anything.
No, they just pulled a car in.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
We could monetize this. Well, they would certainly be willing to pay Bill's fines, right?
They could pay that fine, and
And then some.
a little something.
But
buy,
that's not
buy
the
a croissant
point.
for you and
Yeah,
me. I think.
and a knish.
Do we all know in this crowded media landscape how hard it is to get attention anywhere, right? And if you're a brick and mortar store, no one's buying your stuff anymore. They're buying it all on Amazon. And now here, this thing is happening at Bill's, the Malibu Kitchen. This car thing is growing, this grassroots, beautiful thing with cars, and these idiots are trying to shut it down. Wasn't it a nice event Sunday, Johnny? Didn't you have a nice time?
Everything except for the fence Audi built around the car was great.
Yet that kid took some great pictures.
Yeah, no, Dennis, he was great. He was great.
He knows how to work his camera.
It was great. But I mean, this is not that I was worried about this outcome, but I told Audi, like, don't do that. Just park. Like, if you put the car next to Jay Leno's car and the Gunther Works, I'll get you more photos of the Audi.
Yes.
Than parking it across 3 spots with stanchions would ever get.
But now, don't start DMing me that the Cars and Coffee is over. It's never going to be over. It is a thing. It's just guys going to get coffee on Sundays at whatever time. If they don't open it till 11, we'll be there starting at 11 getting coffee, and whoever wants to show up can show up. We will not give up this ground ever. So get it out of your heads,
the line
folks.
in the sand. This is
You are
Spike's
not-
Hill to die on.
You're not going to stop. It's not a car show. We go there to get a cup of coffee, and I buy things from the stores, and I'm going to drive whatever car I want and whatever. By the way, I'm getting the Gunther Works car
you
next
are?
week. Yes.
Good,
In
good,
fact, I'll be
good.
taking it out to Malibu. These things always run out.
The Gunther Works has the
I'm excited
Porsche,
about that.
Porsche Classic Radio. You can't hear it because the car's so loud, but it has it has that radio. So.
I'm excited to drive it.
I'd love to hear what you think about it because, like I said, I didn't enjoy it anywhere except for at flat out on Angeles Crest. I thought it was absolutely brilliant, but it's kind of
I think it's time we hook Zuckerman up with a press car.
Yeah.
What do you want to drive, Zuckerman?
What do you want?
Why don't you tell us what you want to drive?
You want that Lotus?
No, I want the M2 CS.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
That had been moved out of the country, last I heard, because I was trying to get it.
There's two of them. There's a stick and
Let's
a
try to
double
get it.
clutch.
I would love the stick.
Okay.
But I would love any.
Give us a couple of cars. What do you want? That?
You
What
should
else?
also do the M3.
Okay, I would do
You
the
should
M3.
do the M3 because
Well, I'm waiting for the M3.
Yeah, but
we could do it at the same time.
Yeah, sure.
I could hand it off
but
to you.
I like the M3 a lot, and I talked to Rob Holland, pro driver. He loved it. I just talked to Randy Popes, pro driver.
Right.
He was like, that M3 is the best BMW they've ever made.
I would love that. I would love to get. I'd love a McLaren. I'd love to get it behind the wheel of some form of a McLaren. I would like. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind that Targa that you
Spike,
had.
you're taking notes. You got.
I know, but would you like the McLaren for real? Because I don't think you'd like that.
I would like to use it as a press car. I don't know if I necessarily want to own it.
You'd like
although
the
it looks like
720.
McLarens are the easiest to right.
It
we
looks
can
like
hook that up.
my partner Robert is bringing me into the GT. It
Which
looks
one?
like-
Oh, the GT's cool. You like the GT.
Robert
yeah.
is very intent upon having a McLaren, and he's a golfer. And so the
Yes.
only vehicle in the McLaren lineup that will hold his clubs is the GT.
I hope his bag isn't that thick, but yeah, it'll hold
that
clubs.
that was the thing for him. And since he's been with me on all sorts of other Plan Zs, I'm in.
Wow.
So whether that would be the one or not,
The GT is really nice. We did a comparo against the new turbo, and it was like, yeah, the turbo's better, but like there was something like much more luxurious about the McLaren. It was just nicer leather, much cooler interior, and it, just as fast, basically.
the price point is right too.
yeah.
So it's a considerably different monthly lease for a 720.
Yeah.
There's
There's 100 horsepower difference in the 720. I like the 720 a lot, but yeah, you cannot put golf clubs in a 720.
can't put the golf club. So that ended that discussion.
Right,
I said,
right,
what
right.
about a 720? We open up the top, you dump your clubs in that way. How about that? But
they'd really be sticking out. Yeah, no,
but it's not. I don't see that as a car that I would drive a lot. I will tell you that Robert and I trade back and forth, and for some months he had the 911 Speedster, and I've been driving that. And boy, I've been liking that.
That's a great car. That's my.
Yeah,
that's
you
the
finally
best, yeah.
started driving
But
it.
pet peeve. The driver's door is not closing properly. It's not closing 100% of the way. It needs to be adjusted. And I came out this morning and I thought, did I leave the door slightly ajar? Did I not close it all the way? No, it was out.
Yeah.
It was out.
I feel like I experienced that I don't know if it was in the Speedster, but some Porsche recently where the door wouldn't shut. But I think you'd like the GT. All the big McLarens, they all have hydraulic suspension, so they're really comfy, and it's good for a GT.
Right.
So it's cool, and they still have hydraulic steering, so the steering's really nice. They're the last cars on sale with hydraulic steering, so they're
Really?
they're pretty cool.
There
There you go. There you go. Not a bad idea, Unjin, if you're listening.
Yeah.
I like that you're talking to your partner, not the millions.
But we can make
the
this happen,
billions.
Spike.
We
can
will
get
make it
Zuckerman
happen
into cars.
for sure.
Put me in cars.
Well, that is our show, gentlemen.
What a great show.
We've
was a
done
good
an hour. It's been a nice Saturday night.
What a
We've
perfect
eaten.
evening.
We've watched dogs attack. We've
And
smoked
watch dogs
cigars.
with pudding mohawks.
We watched Zuckerman spill pudding on my equipment. It's great. I want to thank Harry's. I want to thank Pandora Jewelry. I want to thank, of course, Policy Genius. Go to those sites. Check them out. It helps us. Leave a review. You can check out Johnny Lieberman on his Instagram. You can talk to Zuckerman on his Instagram. And you can talk to me on my Instagram. We love you all. We will see you next week on Spike's Car Radio.
Thanks for listening to Spike's Car Radio, brought to you by Hangar 56. Listen to new episodes every Wednesday, and be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
Hey guys, time to get in on the action for the biggest moments in basketball with PrizePicks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections, place your entry, and win up to 100 times your money. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use the code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.